All right, one other thing I'm going to show here is the settings when you're playing on the course. You can actually hide all those data tiles if you don't want to see them just by clicking that upper right hand corner and selecting data tiles. I think you can also delete those here just by deselecting them. Let's make sure that's true. I'm not sure how many people want to read all that shot data while they're on the course, but if you want to, you can, and if not, if you want to leave the course nice and open, you can do it that way as well. When you're on the course, you're going to notice that you have some distances that are set right here, which say the distance to the pin, and you're going to have the distance uphill or downhill, so it's 5 yards uphill in this setting right here. You'll also notice on the right-hand side on the mini map down here that it gives you your lie. You're in the fairway here, and you also have a downhill and to the left lie. So take that into consideration when planning your shot here. Also, if you know that you hit a certain ball flight, like you hit a fade, you can click and drag here on the mini map and play that shot however you want to shape that shot, and then hit into the center of the screen always. If you hit a draw, maybe you're lining up slightly to the right of the pin here, just orienting yourself on the mini map, and on the screen hit straight into it. Another thing I'll show you here is just by dropping the ball over here. Here is a rough lie with an uphill into the right lie. You want to take all these things into consideration when planning your shot, as well as the fact that rough is a 10% penalty, sand is a 10% penalty, and deep rough is a 20% penalty. So if you're hitting, let's just say, a 200-yard shot, and I can make that more exact, or let's just do it at 100 yards. I'll make that easier. If you're in the fairway hitting a 100-yard shot, there's no penalty. But if you are hitting from the rough here and you're 100 yards in, you're going to need to hit a 110-yard shot if you're carrying it to the hole. If you're hitting out of the sand over here at 100 yards, you're also going to need to hit, I'm in the deep rough actually, this will be a 120-yard shot. And if you were in the sand, it's only 10%, so it'd be a 110-yard shot. Anyhow, those are the penalties. Just take them into consideration when you're hitting your shot. You don't want to be being short or being long because you aren't familiar with those. You also notice there's pine straw. I've noticed pine straw is roughly about a 5% penalty. It's not much, not more than rough. So those are the settings, as well as you also have windage up here, and you're always going to have your distance here as well. Sometimes if you have a weird lie, you're not going to be able to see this box, but you'll always notice under like player 1, player 2, which is also usually in the upper left-hand corner, you'll notice your distances there as well. So that is exactly how you see how far you are. Now let's get onto the green. These indication lines breaking to the right slightly, so you want to line this putt out to the left, and it looks like it's slightly uphill. And consider the fact that 3 inches uphill at 15 feet is quite a bit, so you're going to want to hit this like, you know, a 16.5 foot, 17-foot putt. I know that's a little difficult to judge indoors, but if you're hitting a 10-foot putt, for example, let's just say you're, we'll get you a little closer. Right about here, this is a 10-foot putt. If this is a flat lie, each of the simulator bays are 9.5 feet from the center of the mat to the screen. So if you're hitting that putt, you barely want to hit the screen if you're hitting it with a little extra pace in order to sink that putt. So take that into consideration when you're doing your putting settings. Putting is great on these the Unicore launch monitors, and on GSPRO, I think it's an awesome feature. So just make sure you're aware that if you don't want to crush putts, know that it's 9.5 feet from the center of the mat to the screen. And if you're hitting a 10-foot flat putt, it should barely roll into the screen in order to make it. That's it for the on-course settings as far as lie penalties and things like that. In order to escape from anything, just click the upper right-hand corner and press end round, and that's how you get out of it.